Damn, knee hurts.
It's working. Oh my god, the delay on this is ridiculous.
Honestly,
I'm just copying it and then pasting it.
Say hi to the people.
Hi everybody, how are you? Hope you're all doing well.
You're gonna perform in a second?
Yes. I made a brand into my phone. Glad that wasn't on the live stream.
It's going on my Instagram story.
Can you
Let me see if I can get it to you. That's why I was like, let me try Instagram. I'm gonna send it to you on Instagram.
2 minutes till we're hot, guys.
Can you tag me on
Are we hot already?
Yeah, I'll send it to you right now. What's your? But you got the link, or
I got the link.
Oh, so you're good.
Hopefully.
Okay, no, because I was like, oh my god, let me get you the link. What's your Instagram, Liza?
LGD.
That's right, LGD Poet.
We started 420. I love how blue this is.
It's really chill.
So blue.
Wow, my internet is really bad right now.
What?
Yep. This is like the side that is the toe that's broken.
Haikus! Oh, yeah!
Oh, you got it.
I have to.
Are we going to keep this video up?
Yes. Yeah.
Same link?
Mm-hmm.
Same link, right?
Same link, yeah. Yeah, I'll be publishing it to the page, and then the footage that I get from here, I was going to make an edited version and splice stuff into it.
Yeah, that sounds good. Hello. I'll hug you up.
Exactly.
So,
Are we at?
you're gonna
Let me relax. Yeah.
Okay.
1 minute actually. All right, and Reese, you know where you're supposed to position in the boom, yeah? Copy that.
Do you know that?
Right.
Okay, now, ladies.
Yeah. 30 seconds to speak.
Coffee?
Oh, yeah.
Are you guys hanging out after?
Yeah. 10. 5. Sound speeds. Speeding. Camera speeds. Take.
Okay, welcome everybody to the very first edition of Songs and Sonnets here at Community Literacy Initiative at Sims Library of Poetry. Very much so glad to have all of you guys here. This is going to be, like I said, our first one. It's an expose/feature for poets, musicians, and other artists around the area who want to put their art out, because with social distancing, the best way to share now is through live stream. I mean, in my opinion. So we have one of my good friends here as our poet, Lizette Dunn. And the musician is going to be Megan Francisco. So let me go and introduce Lizette. She's been writing poetry for about 20 years now. I first met her at Hot Words Lyrical Theater. She has absolutely transcendent lyrics. It's really, really awesome. She's working on a book now called Escaping the Echoes of Myself. So hopefully we'll see that out pretty soon. Without further ado, LGD Poet.
Hello, everybody and everybody on live stream. As he said, my name is Lizeth Dunn, Liz, aka LGD Poet. And as you can see, I'm very nervous. Nonetheless, I am here to share some poetry. And my poetry is very vulnerable, so be kind on me, okay? And here is Megan, which I'm very happy to be close to. She's going to be playing some guitar in the background. Okay, so hopefully in the way that I'm performing these poems, which is going to be about 12, 13 actually, 13, Friday the 13th. It's kind of a story, I guess. This one I wrote back in 2001. I was in a space trying to figure out the love that I felt for my mother at that time. It's called Bound by Blood. Bound by blood. When I took my first breath, I yearned. Yearned to love you. Yearned to feel your warm embrace. But as the years commenced, I began to hold up my defenses. I yearned for your love no more. But your duty to me kept you nearby. It wouldn't let you step aside. I was no longer in your womb, yet I couldn't set myself free. I am trapped by the blood which binds us together. So I know for eternity, it's just you and me. The next poem, I think I'm still getting choked up about the next poem. And I'll tell you why after. Gotta keep this list because I gotta keep the order. The next one is called I Yearned for Her. And it too is about my mother. I have two of my sisters here to support me. So. Okay, so this one, here it goes. I yearned for her. You know something? I yearned for her. I yearn for her still. That woman with the strong will, the one that didn't curl up and die, she attempted it. She turned out all right. I yearn for her conversations, for her hands to stroke my cheekbones when tears would overflow, for her voice and that tone saying, I love you, for her shoulders to lean on, for her to reassure me that with words that it's okay to move on. I yearn for her. I yearn for her still. For that woman who's been physically here yet absent for years. I yearn for her. The mother that is at arm's length but too hurt to allow us in. I miss her every year. Some more than others. Me, my sisters, and my brothers. So I try to hate her. I try to have this resentment running in me. Like her heart, I wanted it to be her disease. I wanted it to be a mystery no more. I wanted her to know the pain we'd endured. I wanted revenge in the purest way. I wanted it, but I also wanted her to stay. I yearn for her. I yearn for her still. I yearn for the mother-daughter relationship we never had or ever will. I wanted it bad. So I had to adjust these lenses, recognize that sometimes they're a bit hazy, remove the veil from what kept us apart, and make attempts to have a new start. I miss what never was, I hate what is, but hope for what will be. I would choose love over hate, and let it be our renegade. Now, I wrote that poem literally in 2018, and I found out the day that I first shared it that my mother was terminally ill. And so that's why I kind of chuckled, because I wish my mother never had the disease and she passed away last year. I miss her every day. But moving along, because you gotta hold those feelings in. Around the time that our mother was passing away, slowly, I saw how my father showed her love. And that's why the next poem is called Dad. Dad. A man with imperfections, oftentimes his reflection is weary. A strong man at his core is a theory. He's felt his children's rejections. Still, he stood steadfast with his shoulders slumped, humbled by the second chances he'll get to right the wrongs and regrets. Dad is he. The man I see past an aging structure, slowing in his steps, hollow in his voice. Life is now choice. I see him past the theory of a strong man, emotions which have bent into revelations, true love and patience. In his conversations, he delivers truth beyond his words, on his own hurts and you. He lends his ears to hear my voice. I permit these moments and rejoice. He is my dad. There's a long story to that one. It took me years to actually feel this positive emotion towards my dad. Nonetheless, forgiveness is something that kind of helps you heal your own scars. The next poem, maybe a lot of young women, I'm not that young though. I'm not spring chicken. Maybe a lot of young women, or even maybe women in my age bracket, can relate. Because as we try to find ourselves, we kind of make a little bit of mistakes here and there. Or as others might call it, experience, just experience life. And I'll leave it as that for me. So this one's called I Try to Find It. I'm lost in this ever proverbial illusion called love. But the funny thing is that I truly have no idea what it is. I tried to find it many years ago in the stroke of a man's pelvic bones pounding on my uterus, believing that his penetration was what I needed. Yet each and every time, I felt empty, dirty, and full of shame. He not truly knowing me, and I, well, barely recognizing my own name. I try to find it in places of solitude where I could only hear my own voice, convincing myself that I had all the answers to so many problems. But the problem was, I didn't know what my problems were. I couldn't understand this empty feeling, what this void in my every step meant. Still, I kept on stepping, moving forward, sometimes with regrets. I guess that's how life gets. I try to find it in lemon-flavored margaritas and straight-up vodka shots, sometimes tequila on the rocks, graduating into deep blackouts. And now, Coke and Jack. Yeah, he's a good friend now. I try to find it in long runs where spring and summer breeze would allow temporary ease to my soul while jacking up my knees. I try to find it in my true love, punching him with these invisible boxing gloves, pushing him away because he wouldn't love me enough. But he remained. Could that be love? I try to find it in psychotherapy, popping pills to fix the depressed in me, illicit drugs once or twice like that of ecstasy. I became selective in the friends I made, hoping that I could find it in their conversations, in their hugs and understanding, while like an addict, subtly begging for advice. Now that too became my vice. But when I try to find it in my firstborn, in projecting my issues onto him, in not being his mother but his friend, I knew then it had to end. I became torn. I didn't want to do this anymore. So now I'm in the mending end, loving him for him, being both his mother and his friend. And I also realized that there is no need to search when all I have to do is look for him. Now, just for FYI, I wrote that back in 2018, and actually that experience is like when I was in my 20s. Just FYI. So, now this one, anyways, really when people try to find themselves, they go through like journeys and they just, you know, experience many ups and downs. Some are more painful than others. The next poem is called Finding the Road. It's one of my favorite, actually. It was kind of painful to write it too. But here we go. Finding the road to me. No, I don't want pity or sorrow-looking faces. I don't want the reminders that life will be okay, because at the end of the day, that pain remains. The first 18 years of life were a place of oppression and shame, but dare I confess it. His alcohol and drug-induced self tiptoed his way to my flower, taught me not to value myself. In fact, he created my hell. He invaded my mortal flesh, raped my spirit and soul, stole what was mine and never to be yours. But you won't catch me bitter anymore, for that abyss has finished. I forgave not only he who broke my spirit, but she who held no shield against it. For she was misused, battered, betrayed, never truly loved, yet too abused. So now empathy surrounds my aura, for I can sympathize for her pain, humiliation, the loss of herself too. But she shall not represent me. She, the mother wannabe, can never infiltrate my being, as I become a mother who will protect her offspring. Still, while before I birthed he, the angel of my soul, I endured much reflection of my youth. At times, mirrored the abuse, as my knight in shining armor was nothing like the king, but a silent murderer of my self-esteem, who buried my heart in an invisible ravine. Another 17 years of mixed poison cocktails of drugs, alcohol, and battered souls. Some addictions are so hard to break, habit too hard, so I was told. But in this shallow grave lied a living spirit, much too strong to cave in, into the hells of sorrow, into its darkness again. But I broke free, and I did. Climbed myself out the ditch, broke a nail, caught a limp, scraped and scarred my heart, yet necessary to begin. So as of now, my soul floats. It floats with the wind. That is Finding the Road to me. And in all sincerity, I'm still on that road. Still trying to find myself. Still trying to find myself. But it's good though, you know. I've learned that as Lauren Lundy, late Nipsey Hussle's wife said, that he had told her, people are supposed to be experiences, not possessions. So I'm learning to experience people.
Yes.
And actually, that's a lot better than trying to possess them.
Yes.
So number 6 is called Casket, because as you know, sometimes we see life in odd ways. And I guess that's why, not I guess, I know that's why I titled the book that I'm working on, Escaping the Echoes of Myself, because I have a tendency of trying to escape my own mind. And this is one way that I escaped in this particular poem. Well, Casket. Here on this earth, buried in this clear casket, dusty by the dirt's life tossed, ruminating about my own funeral, still walking zombie-like because I must find my resurrection, take this life of imperfections and endure the nails to my heart, because cynical I've become, trusting what? One, yet none. Piercing dry vines in my mind, perhaps a sip of red wine would transcend self to divine. Clear casket for spectators to view, a life desired by few. Who knew? See, I feel like I'm kind of walking dead right now, and everybody's like, just walk. watching me live my life. But I also kind of paralleled it to Jesus, because the red vine, the vine on your head, and I'm trying to resurrect with more of the purest heart and just all sincerity of who I am. Now the next one is called The Gaze. This one was inspired by a friend of mine who's a photographer, Shakir. You can find him on Instagram, Shakir Studio, I believe so. And it was from a picture that he took of a beautiful black woman. Black women as well as brown women have nice lips. Black women have that coarse hair, and we have this beautiful collarbone. So anyways, hopefully you can envision what I wrote. It's called The Gaze. My gaze will pierce your wonder as you admire the contours of my face. The beauty of my nose inhales through history. The fullness of my lips will never be replaced. My ancestors' blood reflects in the softness of my skin. The strength in my collarbones nestles deep within. Heed the vastness of my hair as you stand bewildered in your stare. Accept all of me, the woman, the spirit, who will forever be free. You can count on that. Okay. So the next one is gonna kind of take you, or the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's gonna take you into like a little journey of what love can or cannot be, or how at least I experienced it or saw it at those times. So the next one is called Abyss in Us. This one was inspired by the drama that I was going through with my ex. Keeping it real. So it's called Abyss in Us. In the beginning, I worshipped you. You were the oxygen to my soul. You were the oxygen my soul required. The blood that pumped in my heart, the adrenaline that revived my spirit. You were my God to my love. Then as time elapsed, the scriptures went above your head. You possessed the demon against true love and wrapped yourself in selfish self, demanding an unattainable respect because your ego was way too big. You crushed my soul into the abyss. Now I sit there, insanely scared. At times, guided by instinct, I attempt to move. Grab new understanding that love is not this dark, shallow, lonely space. Not even a hologram could replace what my soul deeply knows. That making any move in this abyss might be the beginning or the end of this. There was a conflict within myself at that time because I was trying to decide whether I was gonna move in the right direction or move in the direction that I eventually made. That was like a 5-year process of making this decision where I'm at now. That was number 8. Now let's go to number 9. Lucky number 9. Let's see, where's my number 9? Oh. In love, you have to realize that it's not always one person's fault. So even though I had bad times with him, I still feel like I wanted to apologize. So this was called an extended apology. I don't know if it really sounds like an apology, but nonetheless, we'll see. Extended apology. This is my extended apology. It took me a while to see that I had part in breaking your heart. Right from the start, I tore it apart. We chose to ride the waves and swept us into the currents. There were moments it settled, allowing a streak of sunlight to see hope and not let go. My apology had to serve through inner turmoil, shadows, mysteries, all coiled, and foiled the path for growth. I had hope for aging walks through the meadows, holding hands to the aisles of I do's, but in the end, you had to choose you. No hard feelings, because I understand. I had to choose me too. I had to save myself, not the man. Still, I apologize. We both ended heartbroken. It's time to let go of the unspoken and accept the lingering truth. You're not meant for me, and I'm not meant for you. My apology had to surf through inner turmoil, shadow, mysteries, all coiled, and foiled the path for growth. I had hoped for aging walks through the meadows, holding hands through the aisles of I do's, but in the end, you had to choose you. No hard feelings, because I understand. I had to choose me too. I had to save myself, not the man. Still, I apologize. We both ended heartbroken. It's time to let go of the unspoken, accept this lingering truth. You're not meant for me, and I'm not meant for you. My extended apology is to say that you will always hold a special place in my heart. No hate. Love will allow what is meant to be. Now that's fate. That is my attempt to apologize. Because at this point, I don't want to apologize.
Don't apologize. Don't apologize.
That's when my heart was very, very fragile, and I kind of learned to decipher and discern what the reasons I had to leave. So now we move on to the next one. It's called illusion. Because then, you kind of leave tainted with ideas of what love is or what isn't. And I think that love sometimes, in my humble opinion, can be an illusion until I have better experiences. Illusion. Love. The illusion boggles our minds, causes confusion. Surrendering to what ought to be, courting equates to entrapment. The love affair of his sweet words has her captive of her desires. She's fallen into a spell, which lie dormant in her own insecurities. She subtly begs, validate me. Tell me how beautiful I am, how my curves caught your attention, how my sex is powerful that it requires multiple returns to ecstasy. How the stroke of your pelvic bone wants to deeper meaning in my explosive flower. Tell me how you'll eradicate my loneliness with the bones and the groans, because after all, we are both grown. Ravage me, but don't tell me you love me, for those words are empty, spat out plenty of times. That is that for that one.
Wow, right there.
Love can be an illusion, but I'm learning that love exists beyond just that romantic love. Learning that my sisters genuinely do love me, and I love them like no other. We didn't have each other's nerves, but hey, wouldn't have it any other way. So then the next one, it's one of my favorites, and it's very, 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 very short. It's like a 4-line short word. But I think it's very powerful. It's called Sin. Ready? Sin. Be my sinner, and I will be your sin. Drink from my juices, and I will serve your pleasure.
All right, LGT.
I think I'm gonna need some wine after this. Now, the next one that I'm about to read, I want everybody to please have an open mind about this. Understand that you should never really judge a book by its cover or by even its situation. Understand that there's always a backstory, and it would always be advised to sit down with a person and get to know them and why they possibly did what they did. Because I fell in love. As soon as I can find them. See, I fell in love completely out of thinking straight. It's called I Fell in Love. I fell in love with another woman's man. I fell in love with the touch of his deceptive hands. The warmth of his body ravaged my soul. His words have a way, some kind of mind control. The lies I ignored time and time again, masking him with thoughts that he's my homie, lover, friend. He's now become an addiction, my Monday night prediction. This has become an affliction to my soul. Monday night lover, and Tuesday night agony to my soul as he walks out that door. I have lost control, but I fell in love. I fell in love with another woman's man. I fell in love with the touch of his deceptive hands. Yet I pray and wonder each day if he will leave her for me, validate this love while I'm lost in my own insecurities, bottled up in obscurity. But please don't judge me, for my broken heart couldn't understand the dilemma I had gotten in, because I fell in love with another woman's man. 18 months in, now I feel the need to cleanse myself of his skin, but to forget his caramel color, his luscious lips, the whispers, and his kiss are just portraits to reminisce. Bliss no more, to be continued. I like that, to be continued, because I just haven't seemed to find the right words to continue the poem. Emotions are still kind of raw for me. But please don't judge me. Okay?
We love you.
Thank you. Now, lucky number 13. Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
This one, we left it for last because it's kind of relevant to what has been happening for years, but still continues to happen. And I don't remember the name of the gentleman or the young boy who was recently murdered. But it's coming from my mother's perspective of the fears that we have about black boys and black men. Kawan Charles. Rest in peace. This one's called I Am a Mother to One. I am a mother to one. He, my only son. So don't mind me being overprotective, at times dejected at the thoughts of he walking the streets with the possibility of getting targeted by police. And although he's still in my home, at 16 years old, I often wonder what he'll have to face when he's grown. I wonder whose badge he'll have to impress to avoid the guns aimed at his chest. I wonder how he'll be seen when he's wearing his sweatshirt and his black hoodie. See, it's difficult to fathom the thoughts of he on his phone and some asshole claiming he's got a gun and then blast, there goes my son. But perhaps these thoughts of mine are overblown, or perhaps they're legitimate concerns. See, he, my son, my interracial child's skin tone reflects both that of a brown woman and a black man. That's why I want my boy to grow into a man, dodge the government's master plan, pave his ways and leave marks of a strong man's legacy. I want to see him take his first steps into a university. So no, he will not step a foot in your 3 walls, ceiling, floors, and bars and then call it a home. In fact, he will walk down across the auditorium stand, deliver his valedictorian speech right up from that podium. See, he's just not my son. He's a black boy who will grow into a black man and who will create his own master plan. He will not become your statistic in your mortuary piles or tossed in a policing system, promise the government's losing trial. No, that's not going to be my child. I'm a mother to one, and you can trust that I will protect my child, my only son. I promise to make sure that he never has to stare down the barrel of a gun, because that's what a mother's love does for her only son. That is that. That one, of course, is me sharing my fear that my interracial child who looks more black than brown will be targeted, and it is a fear that he will have a gun aimed at his chest because some cops out there are a little bit trigger happy. But hopefully time will change and evolve, and there could be more unity and understanding of the variety of ethnicities and races in the United States and worldwide. And that was it. Thank you very much, everybody, and for listening live.
All right, everyone. So that was Lizette Dunn. Thank you so much. I hope y'all see why she's one of my favorite poets, because it takes a lot. Right down. It takes a lot to be able to put your heart and soul into words, but it's even more powerful when it's so transcendent that it impresses other people's heart and souls. That's what she does. That's what her poetry does for me, and I hope it did all the same for you guys. All right. So without further ado, I would like to introduce a very good friend of mine. She just put out her EP recently, Reflections, and it's really awesome. Y'all should definitely check it out on YouTube. Well, shoot. Her words and music are going to speak for themselves. Megan Rose Francisco, everybody.
All right, I hope y'all don't mind that mix-up. I forgot my guitar strap, so I apologize.
It's okay. Watch out, Megan.
All right, try to do this myself. I got this.
Don't My name's Megan Rose Rancelesio. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out. This one's called Friday the 13th, which is also the day today. I have a bunch of more tunes for you. I hope you enjoy them. This is where we started and ended, babe. 4 years is a while to remember. This is the holiday I can't forget. On Friday, this is where we started. 4 years is a while to remember. This is the holiday I can't Wasn't Lizette's poetry just so beautiful? It really spoke to me. And we have rehearsal Wednesday night. Oh my goodness. Every word that you said just really resonated with me. And I'm going through like a very spiritual, like self-love journey myself. So thank you so much for sharing your poetry with me and with us today. And thank you, Sharice Sims. You know, I see you over there. Thank you so much for holding space at Sims Library of Poetry. Okay, so this one's called Ease Your Mind. This is the first song I wrote during quarantine. This is the first song I wrote out of reflection. So here it is. Okay, I'm gonna start over. I'm gonna add some more delay on this.
Yeah, delay. Delay.
Delay.
Delay. Delay.
Delay. All right.
Yeah. Do everything yourself.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
There he is.
I gotta thank Maurice for doing sound and Bohannon for setting up this event. Thank you so much. All right, there's more. Time's moving slowly right here. No need to rush this, it's out of our control. Baby, don't worry, let's take our time. Wrapped in close quarters, let me ease your mind. Stay with me, I won't leave. Please just breathe. Please believe. Hard times are calling. I'm there. In this together. Listen again. Hard times are reaching. together. It's time to collaborate. Time's moving forward at a slow pace. Feel it around us, the whole human race. Baby, don't worry, let's take our time. Mixing close quarters, let me ease your mind. Stay with me, I'll be here. Just press pause, peace and tears. Hard times are coming. I'm there in this together. Same again. Oh, hard times are reaching. They don't stop. In this together, it's time to collaborate. Time's moving slowly, no need to rush this, it's out of our control. Baby, don't worry, let's take our time. Wrapped in close quarters, let me mind to mind. Oh, I was really feeling that. I was just like closing my eyes.
We felt it too, Mama.
What?
We felt it too, Mama.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so this one is actually a fan favorite. Everyone that has listened to the EP has like mentioned this song. And this is a song about just like all the people who used to be in my life. There's this adage that Bo and I really love, and it's called like people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And honestly, like the people that I know here right now, I truly, truly believe that you'll be here for a lifetime. So thank you so much for being a part of my life. It sounds super sappy, but all right. All right, I'll shut up. Some called it love, some called it fate, some went beyond just give and take. Some called it trust, some called it guilt, some just came on the drive, and some wanted fun. Someone in pain, some felt like time was a mistake. Some couldn't help, some couldn't be themselves. Some felt behind. keeping in touch. I feel it all in the shadows. I'd rather not enough or too much. Keeping in touch, I found in the house. Okay, so this next song I actually wrote last year. I wrote it like very shortly after my first release, Origin Story, which you can check out on all streaming platforms. My socials are at Megan R. Francisco. I'm standing for those. But yeah, I wrote this song really shortly after my first release. It's called Misunderstood. And it's just, man, this year's rough. I'm not gonna lie. I lost a lot of people, both literally and figuratively, from my life. And there was just a lot of like hearsay, or just a lot of things that were just being said, like that I was unaware of, like behind my back. And like, it was really tough because there was a really long time where I really didn't know who was like on my side, like who would really be there through thick and thin. And it was a really difficult time. But I wrote this song and things got better. And now I'm here. I'm gonna change the layout of this too.
Delay.
I want less delay. Okay. Live stream audience, I hope you're still there. Because we're having a good time up here. Okay. Open to close to I'm not down to get to know. As hard as it may be, the picture is painted not to what I agree. Not easy to let go of all the things that you misread, but you still said. So just try. Just try. Close to you. I'm feeling blue. Open to Pardon me, got a little emotional there. Ooh, this is a sing-along. This is a happy one. You guys ready to sing with me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So this song is just 2 chords. If you really want to know, it's G major 7, sharp minor 7. So this song is it's pretty much just how much I love my friends. It's called Friendsgiving. So the chorus goes like this, if y'all can chime in. Okay, ready? This is it. In times of need, we got each other. Sit down with one another. Oh, I can't tell if everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. In times of need, we got each other. Sit down with one another. Oh, I can't tell if everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. And that's the chorus. Okay, you think you can do that? All right, go ahead, join in with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. In times of need, we got each other. Sit down with one another. Oh, I can't tell everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. In times of need, we got each other. Sit down with one another. Oh, I can't tell everything's gonna be alright. be alright. Yeah, you guys so beautiful. Symphonies to my ears. Okay, great. I heard some harms. Some sweet harms. Okay, I'm gonna start the song now, and then like I'll cue you in for the chorus. All right?
Woo!
Some of you are here. Message I'm trying to convey. Relationships unobtainable. Message I'm trying to convey. This is where you come in. Ready? Many times I need we got each other. Sit down with one another. Though I can't tell everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Many times I need we got each other. Sit down with one another. Though I can't tell everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Yes. Drop Serious now. One more time, ready? Times I need we got each other. Sit down with one another. I can't tell. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Times I need we got each other. Sit down with one another. I can't tell. Everything's gonna be alright. 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 That was so fun. Thank you so much for humoring me. Do you want to hear one more? Just in case. Wow! More delay! You guys are so awesome. Oh man, live stream crew, you're really missing out. Like for real.
Why don't you?
It's so fun. Yeah. Thank you again, everyone, for being here. Really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. It's been half a year since I've performed in front of an audience, even through a live stream. I needed a lot of time to myself. I'm just so glad it's on Friday the 13th and it's like really cozy here, you know? Like everyone's on sofas and there's string lights. Back to music. Oh yeah, this one's called Memories. Ooh, Alex played on this one. Thank you so much for driving all the way here. He's a fantastic keys player. Everyone should hire him.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let me make it louder. I'm sorry. I'm like adjusting
Sorry,
while
what,
I'm
Mara?
recording. Sorry, everyone. Okay. Too much delay. Start over. Clean slate.
We love you.
I love you too. That's better. See what you see. Open comes back to me like melodies that come to mind. Past mistakes don't liberate, don't wanna hide, no. Gone through hurt, gone through pain, I'll reflect. Sorry. I have earned, I've gained much respect. Because my album, EP's called Reflection. I was lost. Sorry. Sorry for the things I've done. Let me give you some relief. If I hurt you, I'm sorry for the pain. I'm sorry for the things I've done. Let me give you some relief. Just for that last effect. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in, everyone.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Right, everybody. That was Megan Rose Francisco.
Yeah, it was.
Awesome girl, or awesome woman. Sorry, strumming the six like a master. Be sure to check out her EP's origin story and reflection on all streaming platforms, Spotify, SoundCloud, all that fun stuff, whatever y'all kids listen to these days. Also, I want to give a special shout out to both Hiram and Cherie Sims here at Sims Library of Poetry. Thank you guys so much for letting us host here. This is a beautiful place. If you guys wanted to visit the website, actually, Cherie, would you like to come up and plug the website? Give her one, please. Pretty soon, everyone.
I think you can go to communitylitla.org. That's the website. And we do have a bookstore. So there's a bookstore, there's t-shirts, there's books that are being sold by authors that have come through the Community Literature Initiative program and have published books here. World Stage Press is the press that works with Community Literature Initiatives. So we have a lot of great things going on supporting a community of artists and writers. So check them out, support them however you can, and you definitely support by being here and filling this space. So thank you.
All right, so with that, I would like to wish all of you a very good night. Thank you all for coming by. Oh, also a special thank you to Mimi. Is she still here? Mimi Lamb, thank you very much. And my girlfriend, Joanna.
No.
Thank you. Love you.
Where can we find Megan and Lizette, Bohannon?
Wait, what?
Where can we find Megan and Lizette?
Oh, yeah, y'all can find them on Instagram, actually. Lizette would be at LGD Poet, and Megan is at Megan R. Francisco on Instagram. Also, look them up on YouTube. Page, right? Awesome. Okay, so, yeah, without further ado, thank you very much. Have a safe trip home. Thank you all for attending. All y'all at the live stream. Y'all need to try to show up next time. It was awesome. All right. Have a good night. Love you.
Reese doesn't matter. Get them.
Leave the stream run. I'm
Okay, leave the stream run?
Yeah, leave the stream run for like the next 10 minutes.
I always have superhero.
Already.
I hear everything.
No, it's okay. Sorry for inviting me. Yeah.
You have a pen? Can you sign my boobs? Wait, sign my boobs. Sign my boyfriend. Oh, shit, I'm on this like divot thing. I'm on this divot and I'm like falling. It's like push me up.
That was the last thing you see.
Where's Lizette? Where's Lizette?
Yeah.
I know how it is, dude. I've got the hottest women that I've ever met.
I don't know your last name is. I recall it was like an actor.
Suzanne. Which one?
I wish I was that. Come on, Ken. Yeah.
I'm gonna like and then
Yeah, but then it really
you can check out.
Yeah, and I'm gonna follow them. I don't know what it's called before. Well, I'm not sure.
I don't know. I guess it's true too.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
sisters, everybody that was first time through. Okay, I'm gonna show you.
Sign my boyfriend. 34. I'm gonna see what you're probably
Yeah. Like, I know this one. I was like, it's just one more time. I'm here for like, yeah. Not too sure. So I'm not too sure. I don't know. So basically what I'm trying to say is, yeah. But I mean,
We've already got it. Stop.
I'm gonna go tackle Megan really quick and move back.
yeah. Okay. So yeah, really. venture ever. Really, I just don't leave the house. I was like, all right, yeah. One of my friends is her birthday tonight. We're gonna throw a party. Yeah, I mean, I guess you know, like I hang out with people that kind of like live in the closer. Yeah. Kind of like I see maybe like one person every other week.
Yeah.
You got it. Always like never like in a big crowd, maybe like 5
My bad.
I felt like I was just like super.
Okay, here's another thing.
I was just following.
No, I'm not saying no good changes. Like for instance, everybody's getting.
Let me just like do this in front of the live stream.
Oh my god.
Great.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
I heard you got Taylor. Huh?
Great. That's perfect.
Oh my god. But I heard you got Hello Work.
I got no. I did not get.
I'm also happy to hear that. I was like,
Can I get Hello Work?
Can I get a picture with Lisa?
Yeah.
This.
Yeah. Wait, let me get.
Stand right there.
Stand in front of the circle.
You got it? Because I'm really bad at taking photos.
Okay.
No, your camera's dead, baby.
Yeah, use that.
What is it? No, I only know about it because
What's that?
Megan. Yeah. I was hanging out with like her like a while ago. And he brought him up like, oh, he's like a kid. And like,
I need to step right where you're at.
But I've only met him once. Like, called him.
Yeah. I told him
I'm back and forth too. I'm
it's like, dude, I was just
like,
yeah, I love
yo, I gotta say. Really? What?
oh my gosh, like
This time.
okay. Oh, this leg.
All right.
Got it?
Two more.
Okay.
Wait, do that one. Yeah. One more. No, well, you both got to be serious now.
Okay.
All right. That's good.
Oh, yeah. This reminded me of when my mom took me to like
I want to buy your book.
the nomination
I'm working on so
vineyard.
now I feel like I really want
Whatever.
Yeah,
Yes.
really wanted a hug. I did. I was meaning to get it. Anyways, yeah, usually what me and my sister do, we take like things from the right home right there, the flower and flowers. And gelatin, and impaled on the soldier, dolphin, python. It's a lot of those look like drawings like you get on Friday the 13th.
Oh. Come on. Gotta show one.
You got a
You
tattoo?
got that too?
Nice.
No, it's way too cold.
Are you leaving? Okay. Good job.
Because like he's paralyzed with the weight, and he's like, oh, not for like temporarily, and he's like, oh, I can get the tattoos on my leg. So he's like, fuck it, man, like 10 hours, I'm gonna I feel no pain. So he gets like, he gets all these like super intricate like tribal tattoos and shit. And I'm like, all right. And me, I was like, oh, I'll go with you for emotional support, and maybe I want to get a tattoo. And I see him, I'm like, yo, how much does it hurt? He's like, oh, it doesn't hurt me at all. The guy next to him is like, hey, man, how much does it hurt? He's like, oh, dude, it's fucking painful. So I want to do it. I was like, so I ended up buying, like, I had like a tattoo for me just in case I change my mind. I bought like a month ago.
Stay here.
I want to, but also,
Like we're on LA or whatever.
Tattoo.
body is yeah, I'm kind of
If it's less than $50, you don't want it.
Is that true?
Yeah.
That's why I thought about this tattoo for like almost a year. I did all my year, and I'm still thinking like this is still a dope tattoo to get.
Right.
But it's meeting that and
I mean, it's not like you can't get a good tattoo for less than $50. You have to be careful about it. Otherwise,
sure.
like,
Yeah.
they have the deals, you know? I'm like, that's really cool. But you gotta be careful.
I don't know. What's that last
Yeah, right.
I have social anxiety. And the guy won't ever text me back. And I'm okay with that.
I'm glad you're happy with yours.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
But I'm sure you have
Stop.
tattoos.
Damn it, I missed both. Yeah.
Thank you.
Please, I like your nails, by the way.
Well, I was trying to like.
That was so funny. Like, wow.
And we were like just lying back in the stall, and then out of nowhere,
Is it just gel?
like a leaf just fell on his hand, like right here. And he was like,
I was like, damn, that doesn't take forever.
Yeah.
Wait, how's the lighting?
I don't do it with all gel. I just do
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I play the violin to the oldest, so if I were to get
Oh, amazing. Yay.
it just wouldn't happen. But I really wish it
Look, 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 look.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
fucking
I'm gonna post those.
That's
Yeah,
this is how it's fun. So this
Yeah,
is
but
how
I'll
like,
where are you guys sitting? Figure that out. If you want to join us.
That's awesome.
Right, I think we know about this.
That's a little bit desperate. I gotta be real with you.
Yeah,
My favorite tattoo I've ever seen.
Like, yeah.
She got a skull on her forearm.
Okay, you figure it out. I'm gonna.
I do Fred, roll.
Yeah, I mean,
And then I have.
Oh, and Peter.
No, you do not.
We didn't do that yet.
That's so awesome. And then like,
Think about everything.
oh my god.
Okay, so now do you have the camera again?
That's awesome.
like it's a message.
Yeah, I can't get over that tattoo. Though.
Get some hot chocolate.
A lot of yeah.
There's definitely an aesthetic happening. Well, the boys. Yeah, I've always wanted to get one, like, also press, but like in the style of,
Oh, no,
like,
it was
like
before, and that was
like the really fancy letters that they printed.
And he was like, oh, this isn't my room, I can't really do this. I'm really scared. So that was how he
Yeah.
spoke.
Do you remember in like
That's
the SpongeBob
part,
episode where they had the
so
Easter egg?
Okay.
That